Hey, it's Justin from Filmora.io. One of the best secrets to creating a really great looking travel video is camera movement. So I am going to show you some of my favorite techniques.
I am beyond excited for today. I've got a 5-hour wilderness trek ahead of me to Norvan Falls in Lynn Canyon. We're going to be doing some camera movement stuff today, including a drone, which I have on my backpack, and a DJI Osmo. And I'll tell you what that is in a second. Let's get this day started. So why is camera movement so important? Camera movement is important to create versatility in your travel video. If you just have handheld shots all the time, it's interesting, but if you have some cinematic shots in there, it's going to be a lot more interesting and your audience is really going to buy into your travel video. So if you have a drone or a camera stabilizer, make sure to use those, but don't overuse them. Having a diversity of different types of camera movement will help you.
As of now, the DJI Osmo is the most popular gimbal for YouTubers. A gimbal makes your shots silky smooth. A great thing about the Osmo is that it comes with a built-in camera and you can actually use your iPhone as a monitor. It's super small and fits in your backpack, but it is a bit pricey. One tip when using the Osmo is to keep your moves slow. If your Osmo gimbal starts acting awry, you can double tap the trigger to reset it. Another really cool thing is if you tap the trigger 3 times, it'll automatically bring the camera into selfie mode. I find that this really comes in handy when you're filming on the go and you want to get a quick shot of yourself walking down the street or down through a forest. But don't worry if you don't have a gimbal. You can always use techniques to steady your hands. For example, you can make a handheld boom shot or crane shot. All you have to do is raise the camera up in the air and maintain the subject in frame. The important thing to remember when shooting handheld is to use your body as support. Tuck your elbows into your body and keep your movements slow. One tip that I find really useful when shooting handheld is to use a wide-angle lens. For me, my favorite lens is the 10 to 18mm. It really minimizes the vibrations of my hands. Now this may look a little bit funny, but if you're planning to do a handheld walking shot, try bending your knees slightly and walk and focus on keeping your body level and smooth. This does look a little bit funny, but bending your knees actually really does help absorb the impact of your walk. Drones are becoming increasingly popular for travel vloggers and filmmakers alike, and for good reasons. They can offer incredible and very different perspectives for your film, showcasing where you are and how epic and beautiful of a place you're in. But there's a lot to know about a drone before flying it. They add incredible production value to your film, but there is a lot to know if you want to do it properly and safely. So here's a few tips before you get started. So firstly, you need to know if you're actually allowed to fly the drone legally where you are. Different places have different rules, so make sure to do your research to avoid heavy fines or worse. Another tip when you're starting out is to fly with an experienced operator, or have a friend to be a second eye watching where the drone is flying. If you're trying to film yourself from a drone, see if it has an auto tracking option. This will look a lot better than you just holding the controller. It's a little bit more professional and epic. One really important tip, in my opinion, is to learn the settings of your camera and know when to use them. So for instance, I used the slow motion setting on this flight to capture the waterfall because I know that fast moving water looks really good in slow motion. One really important note when you're turning your drone on is to calibrate it. Calibrating your drone is really important to do so your drone knows where it is. One of my favorite shots to get with the drone is actually a really easy shot. All that you do is you fly up and you fly backwards, revealing a really nice vista. It's a super simple shot to get, very easy and very safe, but sometimes you can get some really nice images from that. Make sure to bring extra batteries for your drone. I find that they only last about 20 minutes per flight, and even less when it's cold out. And if you really want to get your shot right, you might need multiple flights, so make sure that you have a few. If it does get cold, put your extra batteries in your pockets or even under your armpit to keep them warm to increase their flight time. That waterfall was such a good find. If done properly, camera movement can bring your video to the next level. I hope that you use these tips for your next travel video. Subscribe to this channel and join Filmora.io, your YouTube creator community.